Hello, today we are going to try to do a small scientific experiment. On my desk I've got my directly attached storage that is using Thunderbolt connection and contain built-in hardware RAID card with a 1 GB of cache memory. From technical point of view, this system is configured in RAID5, so I've got ability to lose one of those drives at any time, but that also means we are going to be spending a lot of time rebuilding all the parity after adding new drives, so that have to be recalculated. What I of course done, all my data are secure and in different location, so if we are going to be losing something, that this is absolutely not a problem. I would like to make it as experiment. Is it possible to, after you already initiated your array, expand your storage? So we are doing experiment. Device was properly shut down and it's removed from power and computer, and we can try to populate all our base. In general, I love doing shortcuts, but this time we are going to be fitting at least 2 screws in the back, and that's because if the drive is going to be misaligned and we are going to be sliding it in, if it do not fit perfectly the back plane, then we can create damage, and if we are going to be destroying back plane on that unit, there is basically nothing that we can do to fix it. So yeah, it is worth spending that extra time. From technical point of view, our configuration could be done through that panel, but the more elegant solution is going to be using the web interface and just using our mouse. When you take a look at the back, you will notice that on top we've got our Thunderbolt port, here we've got power input, and in that area we've got our LAN port, the Ethernet, but it's not being used for transmitting any data, it's being used for accessing the RAID controller card without use of our computer. So we will be able to manage our RAID array through that port. And here we've got the reset switch that we are going to be using for powering that array without computer being attached. And the RAID set expansion started, and as you can see, it's migrating. This process is going to be painfully slow, so we are going to pause here, and after that we need to expand our logical volume and the partition using our operating system, but that we are going to be doing using my Mac computer. As you can see, we've got information that the migration is done. Our indicators stop blinking, and we've got our RAID array 5 being rebuilt to all of those drives. But this does not mean we've got already expanded our volume, which is like a virtual hard disk drive. We need to expand it first. You've got over here information that the max allowed capacity is 28 terabytes. And this is what I would like to put in that box, just like that. 1 megabyte stripe, right back, absolutely beautiful. Confirm operation, and I will submit it. Volume set modify, and it's doing its thing, the initializing that we have to wait. And when this process is going to be finished, we will have ability to attach this storage into my MacBook, and if we go into hard disk drive, the disk utility, we should be able to expand my partition. The virtual drive should have now the 28 terabytes. As you can see, couple hours later, the process is almost completed. We are expanding our virtual volume, and it's done. It's done. We can now take a look at the computer and see what happened there. And we can confirm that our virtual drive got 28 terabytes. So at this point in time, we can safely close down our computer and we can power down this unit. We are just going simply unplug the Ethernet cable and hold the reset button for a couple seconds. And as you can hear, the device turned itself off. Now we are going to be trying attaching my MacBook into that RAID array. Since we've got here Thunderbolt 1 port that's got exactly the same plug as Thunderbolt 2, we are going to be using Thunderbolt 2 cable and Thunderbolt 2 into Thunderbolt 3 bi-directional adapter, and that will end up into my computer. So we just go like this, and we are plugging ourselves here, and I will move it so we can see the front, and as soon as I will plug it in, it should automatically power on. Let's try. As you can see, display is off, and here I've got my plug. I plugging it in, and it's detect, going through the self-check, and if everything is correct, if we go here, if everything is correct, on my MacBook computer, we should see our drive being detected and mounted automatically. And as you can see, exactly this happened. Did we lose any data? Let's take a look. Let's try to open some project. Let's take a look. Show package contents. Let's take a look the original media. And let's see what we've got. And as you can see, we are reading our video from that array. But still, we do not get our capacity because we need to expand it. So let's open the disk utility. Here in the disk utility, I expanded our partition, and as you can see, we've got 28 terabytes of space. And if we go here, now it's showing as capacity 28 terabytes, and all my data are still there. So let's take a look what we've got here. And we've got my data. Absolutely beautiful. Everything is working just fine. If you would be wondering what kind of speed you can get using the RAID5 array, so we can lose any drive at any time without affecting our data, then here is the Blackmagic disk speed test. And this is what you can get. And as you can see, all of those drives are working together to give you that speed. And you can clearly see how the write speed is faster at the beginning because we are using the built-in cache. That is my assumption. And when the buffer is being full and cannot flush, we go into the slower speed, and most likely it is still writing the data. That's why the read is slower at the beginning. Then it's rising. So this is how it's working. And as you were able to see, we didn't lose any data. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find that interesting. See you next time and bye bye.